We are at Red Hill Orthodontics, and we're actually at the Upper James location. And if this is maybe a decision, something you've been thinking about for a while, and a lot of times adults will think about it for many, many years before they make the big move, or you have a teen in the house. Well, we're going to talk about braces versus Invisalign, and I'm here with Dr. Davis. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Thanks for letting us into your space. And so let's talk a little bit about that first step when someone, wants to maybe think about fixing their teeth a little bit, having that nice smile.
So there's no charge for a consultation. We do a comprehensive evaluation. It's about an hour long. We usually take some photographs, some x-rays if they're needed, and then go over with the patient, adults or kids. About a quarter of our patients are adults. We go over with them what the options are, how things will look out, how long it'll take, how much it'll cost, what the payment plans are, and go over the different tools that we might use, such as braces or Invisalign. It could be clear or metal braces or removable clear Invisalign.
Sure, and what's maybe better for you as an individual?
Exactly. Certain cases are treated better because of the positions of the teeth, and certain cases are treated better because of the lifestyle and needing to have clear braces or whatever else.
Right. Okay. So right now, this is, when you do come back and you have made that decision, we're talking about the evolution of, orthodontics, and it's really come a long way, even up as of late, right?
Absolutely. So it used to be very, very specific to the technical ability of the orthodontist to work inside the mouth, and now we're moving towards a digital world where we can do a lot of the work treatment planning beforehand. So actually, Lisa has not decided to do treatment yet. At this point, we're using a high-definition video camera to take video of her teeth. This is instead of the old-style goopy molds that with Play-Doh in the mouth and felt like you were choking. And what's happening now is this camera, or video camera, is taking footage of her mouth, and that's directly going onto the screen. And I can use that to plan the case and to show the patient what things will look like at the end before we even begin.
Oh, nice. And people love to see that, right?
Absolutely.
Where am I going to go with it? And you were saying that also, and we'll talk about this more as we move along, because of how far this has come, people are actually able to have shorter periods of time in their braces or their Invisalign.
So going back a generation, the average orthodontic treatment was about 3 years long. Still in the industry, the average is 27 months to go from beginning to end. And in our office, the average is 22 months.
Wow.
And a lot of that's based on the treatment planning that goes into the case before we start on the patient, but also a lot of the technologies that are available to speed things up and make them more comfortable.
How great is that? All right, we're going to come back and we're going to take you through step by step so you know a little bit more if this is something that you might want to do. We'll be back and we'll give you that healthy smile.
But you can't stay here.
Back at Red Hill Orthodontics. We're at the Upper James location. They have a location down on Queenston Road as well. And I'm back here with Dr. Davis. So we're talking about the first stage, whether you're deciding to get Invisalign or braces. So doing the scanning. And then after that, we come to this stage. So tell me about it.
Right. So first we do the scan, which is instead of the old goopy molds. And then that scan gets put onto software that we can use to simulate the movements of how the teeth could move, whether they're predictable or not, but also to be able to show patients how things would look at the end, which is very valuable, so they know, is it worthwhile or not.
Is it worthwhile? Yeah, because it is still, a couple of years process, right, for some people. So
Absolutely.
They want to be able to know that I can actually move. So we take a look at these teeth.
So yeah, this is not Lisa, this is another patient, and his teeth were looking like this, and we've been able to successfully move him like this, but I was able to show him that before we began.
It's probably hard for him to believe almost.
It is for a lot of people, and for us it's just become regular. This is just a day in the office for us. This is what we do all day long. The digital component is very useful from an orthodontic perspective as well, to allow us to see what's realistic or not. Do we need to pull teeth? If we do pull teeth, can we close all the spaces? If hopefully we don't need to pull teeth, how much outwards do we have to push the teeth to make enough room for them to fit into position? So from a treatment planning perspective, instead of having to experiment on the mouth, we can experiment on the computer, which is obviously a lot better.
Which is amazing. And I'm sure there are some people at home that have been struggling with their teeth. They found a way to kind of hide their smile for many, many years of their lives and realize now that, what though, even my teeth may seem like they're jumbled in my mouth, you guys can actually do something about it.
Yeah, and we can do it without anybody else even knowing. With Invisalign technology, they're removable clear aligners, and you don't have to have anybody knowing you're wearing them at all. You take them out to eat and brush, and no one really knows the difference.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And for some people, it's just a little slight tweaking, and for other people, really, it is a huge shift.
So the treatment times vary between 6 months and 2.5 years. And that difference depends specifically on the type of problem, how far we have to move the teeth, how cooperative the patients are, and how much the root has to move within the bone or not.
Okay.
Average treatment is less than 2 years.
Now, with teens, for example, is it still better to do braces for teens? Or?
It depends on the case.
Okay.
For very responsible young people, Invisalign can work. A lot of kids prefer braces because their friends have them and they don't have to do as much work. We do the work for them. But a lot of older teens, young adults, and older adults prefer Invisalign.
Right.
My son is in Invisalign now because he's a responsible boy and he'd rather not have anybody knowing that he's straightening his teeth.
Exactly, right. And he gets to hang around you and he gets the experience. He's seen both sides of things.
Exactly.
So, all right, we're going to come back and we're going to take you again further through the process. There's a lot to learn, and but it's really something for everybody. And there are a lot of really great dental plans maybe within your employment. And as you were mentioning as well, Dr. Davis, that there are opportunities to look at the whole package and break down your payment plan and that.
Absolutely.
So it is attainable. We'll be back with more here at Red Hill Orthodontics. You know what these are? These are actually Invisalign. So we're at Red Hill Orthodontics up on Upper James, and this is just one of the many sets that you will get once you're set up with Invisalign. And we're back here with Dr. Davis, and we want to talk about, we're going to focus more on Invisalign in this particular segment right now, which can be applicable for teens or adults depending on what their choice is and their lifestyle. And, I guess you can still do braces, or you can go this direction.
So Invisalign is the fastest growing segment of our patient population, and it's been a long time for me. This is my 16th year doing Invisalign. Red Hill Orthodontics has done more Invisalign cases than any other practice in Ontario.
Wow.
And we've been able to learn how to use it for a wider variety of cases. When I first started 16 years ago, it was for very minor cases, a little bit of space, a little bit of crowding.
Sure.
And now we can do all kinds of things with Invisalign. The product's improved, but also our ability to use the product has improved a lot as well.
And so when someone is finally, are they still doing? You're doing the mold? Or are you doing the scan? Or how do you get fit so that these fit you perfectly?
We scan the teeth first, and then I go into each individual tooth, make a plan, send that back to the company. So this was the plan that I designed, going from here to here, but I'm not particularly happy with one tooth. This tooth to me doesn't look exactly straight, so I can individually adjust that tooth to make it be in any position that I want it to be in.
Wow.
And once I get that tooth and every single other tooth into the exact spot that is correct, I hit approve, and when I hit approve, they'll send me back a series of these aligners. So some cases could be only 5 aligners, most cases are about 30 aligners altogether, some can be up to 60. And each aligner, you wear this one for 1 or 2 weeks, this is the bottom and this is the top, and you wear each one for 1 or 2 weeks, and each one moves your teeth by a half a millimeter until they're all straight. So the more complicated your case is, the more aligners that you would need.
And so your client would come in every once in a while, when maybe after a period of time of wearing them, and would get a checkup with you and see that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So we plan the case, and then with Invisalign, most of my work is already done. So we give the patients 8 aligners or all of their aligners, and they come back every 2 months for us to check and make sure things are on track. And if they're not on track, then we do a new scan and we make some more aligners to finish things off.
So once the whole process is done, and then they take the little bits off the teeth and the liners come out, what's the final step?
So then we want to make sure that the teeth stay straight.
They stay straight.
So either you wear an Invisalign style retainer at nighttime only, or if the case there was a lot of crookedness in the front teeth, then we'll often glue a wire behind the upper end or the lower front teeth just to make sure they stay straight forever.
They stay straight, and that's it.
That's
just
it.
like that.
Yep.
Oh, it's becoming so easy to fix your teeth. So if that's one of those things that's been bothering and you want to come here and talk to you, Dr. Davis, and get some more information.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more information here at Red Hill. And again, Red Hill Orthodontics, there's 2 locations, one on Queenston Road and one here on Upper James in the Hamilton Mountain. We're back here at Red Hill Orthodontics, and we're here now in the design and printing lab, which is actually a really cool place. It's really neat that you guys have your own in-house printing. Yeah. And I'm here with Dr. Lou, and so what were we looking at there? What was happening?
So this is our 3D printer. So now the technology has advanced so far that it's improved the practice of dentistry and particularly in orthodontics. So what you saw previously was the intraoral scanning process, and we captured three-dimensional models of the teeth that we can actually put onto the computer screen. And now we can actually do 3-dimensional treatment planning, and now bring it back into the physical world. So from the digital world back into the digital world.
Right. Isn't
and now
that
we have our 3D printer. So what you're seeing is a build platform that lowers onto this resin tank, and as it comes down, there's a UV laser light that actually traces the outline of the model that we're trying to print, one layer at a time. And as it lifts up, that wiper blade comes around and then flows in more uncured resin. And then the next layer comes in, and the laser light traces it again. Exactly. So one layer at a time, it keeps going up and down until it finally prints a physical model that we can actually build appliances on. We can build retainers, and we can build we can build our aligners. So,
and so something like that could take a couple of hours.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, as we're saying, I mean, this is really evolving fast.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Right.
It's dimensionally accurate. It's really good, and these are our lab techs working really hard at making the appliances and the retainers and. Yeah, these are what you're looking there is post-processing. So what we're doing is curing that resin to make sure it's completely hard, and then from that we can build those aligners.
And now I know a lot of people who are familiar, they thought, oh, you know, the liners have to be shipped out, but the fact that you guys are able to do it in-house.
That's right, yes.
It gives you a lot of flexibility.
Absolutely.
And it makes it more efficient yet again.
Absolutely, yeah. Turnaround time is so much quicker now. We can start cases within a week or two, actually.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, thanks for the information, Dr. Lewis.
Absolutely.
So we're at the Upper James location, Red Hill Orthodontics. There's a location down on Queenston Road as well, in the east end of the city of Hamilton. And if you are thinking about braces, thinking about straightening those teeth, whether you're a teen or you're an adult and been wanting to do it forever, there's an option. There's either braces or Invisalign, as we've been talking this morning. So, give these guys a call, ask a couple questions, and maybe it might be for you. So, really good stuff. And we'll just sit here. We'll watch this for the next 52 minutes. Kidding.
Right.
That's it for now. Have a good morning.